Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's King. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, 56 yards. And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston, pass incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, but now it'll be 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On the return, it's King. That's a 49-yard punt. 8, though, on the return.
And the Texans will take a... Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find staff points when you have to see some talent trees make you select a path to follow. This is the development trait. This player has a zone ability. This is a
today. From NRG Stadium in Houston,
and we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. To the air right away is Ryan. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Here's Jackson. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll set up to throw. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Ryan. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
third down. Ryan. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. On the return, Jackson. A little juke. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Houston. He returns the punt 60 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Ryan to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Walked incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Khalil Mack gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Ryan. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
With it is Jackson.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
On play action, they'll throw.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Jonathan Taylor doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Texans have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown.
And this will be caught at the 30.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 77 yards.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take the forward only up to about the 7. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Texans just continue to roll.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
Houston set to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out, but I don't think...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 68 yards.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now it's Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They run again with Hines. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shifts by him. 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this 1st half.
So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. .43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. They'll look to throw here on first down.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, look at the juke. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 70.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
They run with Hines. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with his better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, Now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And that's caught left. And the ball is knocked out. And the Texans scoop it. Room here to run. Inside the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Ryan under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Hines. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get set lunch. Switch.
Again, it's Taylor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let them get to the second level because sometimes you'll break off the big run.
Touchdown! Odell Beckham! Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Texans just continue to roll.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incomplete.
And it's a fumble, and the Texans scoop it. And some room to work. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 16. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this. Ryan hit, and he lost lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Texans just continue to roll.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when...
And he loses the football a second time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Ryan will throw again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, 34 yards.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. His throw incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he's got this down to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34.
Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce
making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Texans take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week one, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And this one caught by Beasley.
And he is going to have a Colts first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Now it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. To throw again is Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one,
After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
It'll be a 45-yard punt. Couple that with a loss on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 75.
And the Texans have got it on cruise control.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And
my goodness, another interception.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game.
And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
A nice little juke. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Back to throw here. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Brown. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll drop to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Texans are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain.
And now here is another interception.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick-6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now.
And he coughed it up, and the Texans scoop it. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Loose inside the 30, inside the 10.
And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. J.J. Watt in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out.
And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
They'll set up to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. They got his man, complete. Touchdown. Odell Beckham with career touchdown number 60.
And the Texans are pouring it on.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And that will be incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Jackson to return.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Texans.
Jonathan Taylor,
52 yards.
and the Texans extend their lead yet again.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And that's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this 3rd quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right? The one that...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins.
Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Texans just continue to roll.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another fail. You're right there on third down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
With it is Jackson. And there he goes again. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 27, Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, Jackson able to slither by. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Pierce now up the middle.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Give to Pierce.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Nifty move. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded just inside the 30. The quick feet by Jackson. It's a nifty return of 29 yards.
And the Texans will take over. Now a handoff for Pierce.
And some room to roam now. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On first down, it's Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Hines again.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Colts are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. Here's Pierce on the counter. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 more there and another first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Pharaoh Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have got it on cruise control. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson. They juked him. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, 37 yards. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Ryan to throw. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The quick feet by Jackson. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead and the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now it's Ryan. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And now out comes Houston.
Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen in the history of the game of basketball a few people score 100 points individually, men and women. But we've never seen this before in NFL history. We've only seen 2 teams.
He's got a man, complete. Uses this touchdown, Texans. Rex Burkhead, 75 yards.
And the Texans are pouring it on. A Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And now another one thrown incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Very good return that time. 18 yards.
Houston's offense take it over again. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. This is Pierce. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete as well. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's Ryan. And that's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll look to throw here. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts set to take over here offensively.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. To try again after the sack. Ryan. And now here is another interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick?